Welcome, folks. It's Joe from Joe Thinks, and this is the third video in my Slowvember series showing the concept work that leads up to the final piece of art for this Slowvember November art challenge, which you take 30 days to create one piece of art. In reality, I've created tons of pieces of art about the same thing, and it's been kind of an awesome experience. Now, the mayor from Buffy the Vampire Slayer is a super interesting character. He actually founded the city that the story takes place in for Buffy the Vampire Slayer, with the whole idea that he would ascend to become a greater demon and then return the earth plane to a hell plane. Because in the Buffyverse, the earth it once was a hell plane with demons in it, and humanity rose up and bound them and got control of the realm. And the mayor would surely have succeeded at bringing demons and stuff like that back and returning it to a hell plane too, so he would have ruled a hell plane as well. Now, the mayor was a sorcerer that sold his soul for immortality and founded Sunnydale in 1899. But he was just such an awesome character on the show. He was super nice. He was like almost maliciously nice. And of course he switched from mode to mode, that whole thing. But he was one of my favorite characters. And actually I have two favorite characters that are villain characters that aren't necessarily bad guys, which are Spike, the vampire Spike, and Angel. They become good guys, in the middle of the story or at the end of the story, depending on how you look at it. And Angel became a whole spin-off, a different series altogether. But my other favorite villain is the First, or the First Evil, and it's actually a conceptual entity. It is an entity that is outside of life, death, or even time itself, and it's like peering into our world. It's an incorporeal being, so it can't physically touch anything. But it's also considered in the Buffyverse to be the primordial source of all evil. And it often appears as anybody that is dead, or has been a vampire or resurrected. And the only way that it can influence the world is by getting people to do things. And I have decided on this Mayor Wilkins busting out of the school, Buffy running at the mayor is going to be the final piece that I work on. So I drew up something concept-wise, and this is all still kind of a work in progress. It's a flow. I was really in love with the idea of putting Angel running on the roof and Spike standing there just watching. But in the end, it's just too much extra stuff going on. It draws the eye away from what I'm trying to accomplish, regardless of back and forth, I want to kind of keep the eye down in the lower part of that picture and still have the top of it fill up and tell a story back there that you kind of have to pay attention to. You have to look at it, even though it's very simple. Making stuff like magic and things from having drawn so many role-playing characters and things like that was fun to do. I don't do enough of it, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to go out and just do a whole bunch of lighting effects and stuff like that right here. And I realized for a piece of concept work, this is kind of involved. And I decided to outline everybody because I'm trying to get, for my own use of scale, Buffy is further away than Willow. And Willow, of course, was further away than Zander. But I've always liked drawing fantasy and magic and things like that, and technological things. I like sharp angles and organic blobs. And I like drawing things that are spaghettifying and stuff, even though I'm not really doing that here, although hair could kind of be seen as something very similar to that. But time travel is similar to that, kind of like the teenage activist Greta. They found pictures of her, or of somebody that looks like her from long ago, that whole thing. So-and-so's a time traveler, come back to this critical age to tell us about our problems. Yeah, we know we have problems. We have generational problems that are, very, very large evolutionary filters socially that we have to get through right now for that. It's really fun, though, to think of time travelers like Nicolas Cage when they found pictures of him and stuff. But the bottom line is, there's only so many combinations that our faces can be in. I mean, think about it. Even as an artist, there's only so many shapes there. Those shapes fit in, and they have a basic construction because of our skull and, our jaw and the way that our hair and everything else falls because of gravity on our figure per se. Like, you will get repeats in the pattern. Maybe not absolute repeats, but you will get repeats, especially if certain traits are super common. You're going to get more up. So it's been really fun doing more lighting. Like, I had a lot of fun working on this piece because of all the lighting aspects and stuff. I mean, I did buy Clip Studio, and I've been using Clip Studio Paint now, and I'm really, really satisfied with it. I really like using it too, and they're not sponsored or anything, but I really enjoy this. Or on the Concept Buffy heads here, I was thinking different hairstyles while I had them off on the side as references. The top one was just Sarah Michelle Gellar. I was just trying to find different poses and stuff like that. And middle set of heads was from a manga that I had found online, and I was looking at some of the different hairstyles, but her hair is taken from the manga. And the bottom one, I was just thinking, I didn't take it from anywhere. What would her hair look like, if the wind had just blown her hair all over the place and it was somewhat rested, or like she had just roundhoused somebody and bam, the hold of her hair didn't stay there and it was like windswept, which is something I like, because it's very combat-y. And I had more footage, however, I appear to have lost it. So the creation of the whole background school and everything else, that was gone. But it's been an incredibly satisfying adventure, focusing just on this, because, I've been thinking about it all month long too. And, again, the whole concept is that you're kind of thinking about a topic, and it's that we really do need to make sure that we're being kind to each other. We're being good to each other. I've said that so far at the end of every one of my videos. Be kind to one another. Like, oh my gosh, you have no idea the walk of life that the other people are in, and all it takes is just a little bit of kindness that costs you nothing to maybe have them pay kindness forward, and then as you do it more, you can feel better as well. There's no need to spread misery. There's enough of it going around. We can all be a positive force in each other's lives. You can feel insulted and still thank someone. It can happen. So I'm looking forward to working on the final piece now, and I have decided again that I'm going to do a ensemble picture of Buffy and Willow casting magic on Buffy, and Zander, yelling off to the side, hey, because he's like the heart of the group. Like, oh my gosh, look at that. And Mayor Wilkins busting out of the school. So if you like this video, hit the like button below. If you haven't, subscribe and hit the little notification button, and you'll be notified as soon as I release a video. I'm working on how long this takes me to make a video with my life and with the software. Now I'm using DaVinci Resolve 16, and it's been good. It crashes when I have a lot of things going on, and I'm used to being on a computer that allows me to do a lot of things at once. So as soon as I have a steady schedule, I will start posting on a regular day. For now, again, remember, be kind to each other. It doesn't cost you anything. And use your turn signal.